P and Q are given by P is 6i plus 4j and Q is minus 8i minus 9j. Calculate in degrees the angle between P and Q. So to find the angle between P and Q, first thing we need is the dot product. So we need to find P dot Q. So we need to find vector P. Why is it doing that? So we need to find P dot Q. Vector P dot Q is vector P is 6, 4. This is 6, 4 dot Q, where Q is minus 8 minus 9. Minus 8 minus 9. That's P dot Q. So what this is working out to be is 6 dot minus 8. 6 times minus 8 is minus 48. Then we have minus 4 times minus 9 is 36, I believe. And so minus 48 minus 36, that's minus 84. Minus 84, I believe. Nice. So now we have P dot Q. Now we need to find the length of vector P. So the length of vector P is going to be equal to the square root of 6 squared plus 4 squared. We're looking at the components of P. That's how we find the length of P. So the length of P is the square root of 6 squared is 36 plus 4 squared is 16. That's the square root of 52. Then we need the length of Q. Now the length of vector Q is going to be equal to the square root of negative 8 being square, negative 8 being square plus negative 9 square, negative 8 square plus negative 9 square, that is equal to the square root of, now negative 8 square is 8 square, 64 plus 9 square is 81. So when you add them, we get the square root of 145. Beautiful, nice. Yeah, man. We're good so far. So now that we're good to go, now we can find the angle. So to find the angle between P and Q, I'm just going to call that theta, just for simplicity. So theta is equal to cosine inverse of P dot Q, which is minus 84 over magnitude of P, which is the square root of 52, times the magnitude of vector Q, which is the square root of 145. That's all. Easy question. Soft, 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 soft. That works out to be equal to square root of 52 times the square root of 145. And then minus 84 divided by that. Then we take cosine inverse. I get a going again. Square root 52 times square root 145 minus 84 divided by that. Cosine inverse 165.3. So I get 165.3 degrees. That's humongous. That's the angle between them. Now, next thing we want to do, it says find a non-zero vector v such that p dot v equals 0. Find A. It didn't say any. It didn't say all. It just said A. You can find any non-zero vector. Any non-zero vector you want. So P is 6i plus 4j. So what you're going to do is, remember, vector OP is 6i minus 4j. This is it. That's vector P. So you want some vector V such that P dot V gonna equal 0. So I don't know what you want to call V. You can call V R and T. All right, call vector V R and T then. R and T. So what we need is, we need a vector V such that P dot V equals 0. All right, so if this is P dot V, then this is 6, 4 dot V, and remember we're calling vector V RT, so P64 dot V, which is RT equals 0. So what this is telling us then is that 6R, so 6R plus 4 times T is equal to 0. So what that means is 6R is equal to minus 4T. So if you divide through by 6, we get R is actually equal to minus 4T over 6. That's going to be vector R. So what does that mean? That means any value we choose for T, R is minus 4 over 6 times it. So what that means is we can choose, let's choose now, let T equal 6, for example. If T is equal to 6, then what that means then is, if T equals 6, then that means R would be equal to minus 4 times 6, which would be minus 24 over 6, which would be equal to negative 4. So one possibility of V, this is just an example, and so an example of V, let's write it right here. So an example of V is, one possibility that V can be is V is equal to R, which is negative 4, T, which is 6. That's it. Now, if you don't believe me that V is negative 4, 6, I'll show you that this is a possibility, because look at this now. P dot V is going to be 6, 4, and you take the dot product of 6, 4 with minus 4, 6. Take the dot product with minus 4, 6, and look what we get. 6 times minus 4 is minus 24, and then 4 times 6 is just 24. So minus 24 plus 24, that work out to be 0. So see that this is just a check and it work out. All right, nice. So minus 4, 6 is a possibility. Nice. So we can state it right here. Find a vector V. So a vector V, you'd write that V, a vector V is minus 4I plus 6J. That's a possibility, minus 4I plus 6J. Now what else do we need? It says now, state the relationship between P and V. If these two vectors, that product is 0, then they are perpendicular. They are perpendicular. So we can just state that they are perpendicular vectors. P and Q are perpendicular. P and V are perpendicular, are orthogonal. That's the new word we're using. P and V are orthogonal.